Hey everybody, Daniel here with another Casual Dude review, and today we're going to be reviewing swag. And so obviously this is less a review and more just kind of showing off some of the cool items that I've got over the years when making a watch purchase. And so, yeah, I'd love to know what kind of items that you've got when making a watch purchase, or, some of the gifts that you might get when, just visiting a Rolex boutique. But this is some of the stuff that I got. One of the ones that has eluded me, I've asked numerous ADs that I've done business with over the years, was the hat. I'd love to get a green or white Rolex hat that I can wear while golfing or going out on walks and things like that. But that is the one that numerous ADs have not had at the time that I made a purchase on my watch. So for some reason, can't get that one. But here's some other unique items that I have received, and I figured it would be a good idea to show that off. This is going to be a two-part, so we'll do Rolex swag first, and then I'll do a second video for some of the Omega swag that I've gotten over the years as well. And you can let me know which one you think is cooler. Did Rolex do it better, or did Omega do it better? And then, like I said, in the comments for the videos, let me know some of the items that you've received when buying a watch, or some of the swag that you might have seen in the wild that you really liked. And I'd love to know what else is floating out there that I just haven't seen before. I'm relatively new to watch collecting, been only doing it for a few years, and I know there's a lot of people who watch these videos who've been collecting for decades. So I'd love to see what you might have accumulated over the years. So go ahead and drop a comment and let me know what you like, and let's go ahead and get started. Before I get to this stuff though, I am going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that I've gotten from Rolex without making a purchase. So the first one is service case. Now, usually you can only get this when you do a service. I was lucky enough to pick one up and get one from my AD without surfacing. And this makes for a really cool travel case. It's nice and thin, kind of slides into your bag easily. It is soft, so it won't protect from, any major drops or anything like that, but perfectly suitable for just putting your watch in there and taking it on the go. It's got a couple flaps here for added protection. And then you would just put this through the bracelet to make sure that you don't scratch it up when you're moving it around. And so you would just put your watch on here. It does have some cutouts to flex a little bit if your watch is on the smaller side, and then buttons right up. So this is one of the things that I actually use pretty regularly. So Rolex service pouch makes for a great travel case. Another fun one that I got was, this was a Christmas card. Sorry for the dust here, let's wipe that off. But this was a Christmas card that I got from my AD back in 2023. This was actually pretty surprising. I did not expect anything like this, but yeah, did get a Christmas card, a holiday card for that year, and I thought that was really cool. Rolex colors here, makes for a nice little embossed print here, but definitely something I'm gonna hang on to. I think it's pretty cool. This is something you can get without spending any money at the Rolex boutique. I like to call this the shut up gift, where they basically give it to you when you come in asking for a watch, and when they want to make you feel like you left with something of value. So, I mean, these are actually really great. I have a few years of these. This is what, 21 to 22. I think I have everything from 21 to now. But this is just the catalog. So just go up in here on the random page, hardbound book, and it basically shows what's available in their catalog for that year. So these are always pretty cool too. I'm sure a lot of you have seen these at the AD. You can usually ask them for one, and they usually are very happy to give you one, especially if they know that you're going to be a customer at some point. So if you do put your name down for a watch and they feel like at some point they're going to do business with you, this is always something that's pretty easy to get. And then of course, Rolex magazine. I think this one's a little bit older now. I usually don't take these because they just kind of sit on my shelves and collect dust. And, I guess you can put it on a coffee table, but I think the harder bound catalogs are nicer for that. This one I did bring home because it had a lot about some of the old aviation ads that they had here. And so as somebody who's into aviation myself, I wanted to take this one home, and this one actually had a lot of interesting things to read through. Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the swag that I've got. The one on the bottom, let's talk about this first. So this was an interesting story, but one of the ADs I was working with early on, when it was like really tough to get watches and they weren't really giving anything, out of nowhere my AD gave me this, and this is kind of like a soft portfolio. It's got Rolex embossed here, and it has a pen, and then kind of a book here, has some slots over here for business cards and paperwork and all that. And I was like, oh, this is kind of a weird thing to just give me on a whim. And then I found out shortly after he gave me this, he actually left the company. So I think he gave it to me as he was kind of getting rid of some of the stuff that he had received from Rolex. But this is a pretty nice little, you know, agenda book or book for notes and things like that. And yeah, I mean, pretty cool. I use it pretty regularly for work notes, things like that. But again, Rolex embossed here, soft, nice felt on the inside. And then it also has a Rolex pen and Rolex notebook here. And so I didn't even buy anything. This was like, you know, I had made kind of good connection with him. He never ended up getting me anything with regards to watches. This was a couple years ago. And then right before he left the company, he gave me this. So this is kind of a cool piece of unique Rolex swag that I don't know if is exclusive to employees or they end up giving these to people if they ask for them. But I definitely haven't seen it before, and I got it from an employee. So I think it might have been kind of a nice little one for me getting something that is unique to employees. Now let's talk about some of the stuff in the boxes here. We'll go ahead and open it up together. The first one is a Rolex pen. Have not used this. I typically don't really like pens like this, honestly, but it's still a very cool piece. It's got a little Rolex crown at the end there. So pretty cool. Again, not my type of pen typically. I like very fine pens when I'm taking notes, but it's still a very cool piece. Looks like, yeah, that can be replaced as well. So this is my first time, I think, taking it out of the box, so I'm glad I'm able to share this with you. Little screw down cap, and then of course it has Rolex written right there on the rim, so cool piece. All right, moving on. I forget what some of these are, so let's go ahead and open this one. I think I know what this one is. So this is another one that I got at the time of a watch purchase. And didn't know what this was at the time. Opened it up, found this nice little pouch, and this ended up being a really cool keychain. So here's the pouch right here. Embossed Rolex logo crown. And then here we have a Rolex crown on a keychain. So pretty cool. I mean, this thing would get destroyed on my keys. I rarely use keys as somebody who drives a car that you know, I utilize through an app on my phone. But yeah, very cool piece. Nice little thing to have in my drawer in the collection. And again, we'll probably just keep this as a little collectible, but won't actually use it. Nice presentation in this little pouch. I'll go ahead and put that back in here. Button up and back in the box. All right, the next item that I've got, this is one that I haven't really seen before. Now, I've seen some people get Rolex wallets, but this one is pretty neat. It's a compact wallet that zips up. And again, this is something I hadn't really seen before, but this is definitely something I would use. So we got Rolex on the zipper right there. Nice little gray color. Aside from the zipper, there's no branding, but on the inside, little zip up card holder wallet. We've got some more branding here. So yeah, nice little compact wallet with the accordion interior here. Put some cash, cards, whatever you want, and have a nice little silver stamp there with the Rolex crown and the logo. So cool little unique piece there. Definitely something I would use. I do use these compact wallets, so might put that into the rotation. If you've seen my other views, you know that I have a lot of wallets. I like to collect certain pieces of compact wallets from Louis Vuitton, Burberry, etc., Cartier. So if you're interested in my compact wallet review, go check that out on my channel. But this is one that might make its way into the rotation. You know, it's nice for what it is, for a nice little freebie gift. Put that back in the box, put it aside. And this is the most recent one that I've received. Again, this came with a watch purchase. This is when I got my two-tone Daytona. And again, if you guys want swag, I mean, they won't always give it to you. Mostly, I've never got it if I didn't ask for it. But I said, oh, do you have any cool gifts or anything like that you can throw my way? And I was able to get this one. Now, this one I actually like because it's very useful. So this is kind of a, you know, a brown leather-esque material. It's got a nice little green kind of stitch here in the Rolex green, embossed logo here. And this is one I have seen around. I've seen it a few times, but this is basically a 3-watch version of the travel case that I had just showed, the service pouch that you get when you have your watch serviced. And so works very much the same way. buttons up. Nice little Rolex embossment here on a stitched kind of plaque. And then very much like the service pouch, it opens the same way. There's a space for 3 watches. You have the insert here to protect the watch on the inside so the bracelet doesn't scratch against the case back. And this has a little bit of a cushion to it, so it's padded. So very cool piece. I rarely travel with 3 watches. Most of my traveling is done for business, and so I thought it was a stain here, but I don't think it is. But yeah, I rarely travel with 3 watches. Most of my travel is done for business, and I usually will only bring 1 watch on a business trip, maybe 1 nice watch and 1 Apple Watch. But yeah, this is still pretty cool. What I like about this too is it's very thin, so this might actually be a nice storage solution for when I keep my watches in my safe. Since my watch box doesn't fit in there nicely, just kind of put 3 watches in there and then stack them up nicely. So very cool. So this is my Rolex swag. This is the stuff that I've received in the past few years of doing business with Rolex. And that's that. Now I am gonna stop this video and then record one for some of the Omega swag that I got. And there's some really cool pieces in there. So whether you're an Omega fan or not, it's worth checking out. And then I'd love to hear your opinion on who you think does the swag better. Again, what you may have received when purchasing a watch or just visiting your AD. I'd love to see what kind of cool stuff there is out there, what kind of gifts with purchase people are getting. But that's what I've received from Rolex so far. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope you watch the next one. Thank you so much.